Brandon Lamb here from runnersfeed.com with another episode of Runners Feed Live. I have the pleasure of introducing you to Scott Leitch, who's a two-time Canadian champion at the 600-meter distance. Thank you so much for joining us here, Scott.
No problem. How are you doing, Brandon?
I'm doing very well, thank you. You're at the University of Western Ontario. Maybe tell us a little bit about what the past 2 years have been like, who's coaching you, who you're training with, that sort of deal.
I got a weird setup at Western, actually. I work partially with the middle distance group, mainly on Mondays, and I'm with the sprint group usually most of the rest of the week doing their workouts and recovery stuff. So Guy Schultz is now coaching with the middle distance group here at Western.
Yeah.
And lately towards the end of the year, I was working a bit more with him, and it's looking like next year I might be working a bit more with him also. So maybe once, maybe twice a week as opposed to the once a week we've been doing now, but I'm still working with the sprinters quite a bit.
Yeah.
We approached the 600 kind of from a speed end up, so that was kind of the way we did it in the past, and it's worked well for me. So I guess if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. So speaking of broke, and I know you battled with a little bit of shin stuff, and I know personally from training on the Thompson track that can be pretty normal. So being injured and obviously winning the Canadian Championships, you stayed motivated somehow. Can you share with our viewers how you went about that?
I had a hamstring strain back in December, and that nagged me a bit at the start of January, up into the start of January, but that got pretty cleared up. And then I was kind of on and off with shin splints for most of the indoor season, and it got to the point where I couldn't even walk across campus just to get to class, or doing even a light warm-up was almost impossible for me. So I realized something had to be seriously wrong. So I went into the Fowler a few days before OU's, and they told me I had a stress reaction. It wasn't fractured yet, but it was getting close, and that I had to take some time off. So I didn't race at OU's. I raced at CI's, ran my 6 heats. We had a mishap in the 4x8, so I didn't run in the 4x8 because one of our runners fell and we were kind of out of the race. Mm-hmm. So I ran 6 heats, 6 finals, 4x4. Everything went pretty well, but I kind of woke up the next day on Sunday morning and it was pretty sore, and it was sore for a while. So I took 4 more weeks off, and I felt pretty good. Got back running, did a few workouts, and then it started getting sore on me again. So I went back into the Fowler, and now they're telling me to take more time off. So I'm still not doing much. I'm on the bike in the weight room a bit, but I'm not running right now.
We obviously look forward to you getting back on the track, so if things do clear up, where might we see you next?
I guess you might see me some point racing near the end of the summer. I'm sure I could get on the track and go to nationals if I'm healthy and run a respectable time. But at the same time, I'm not in a rush to jump on the track and race at less than my potential. So the summer is kind of up in the air right now. I'm kind of talking about some different options that I might have both for this summer and for the future. So I haven't made any final decisions yet, but we're looking at a few different things that could be possibilities.
Cool. So for us distance junkies, might we see Scott Leitch jumping 1,000 or 1,500?
I can tell you won't see me jumping the 1,000 or the 15 anytime soon. I ran a couple 4x8s in the indoor season. I know there's a lot of pressure from some people to move up and run the 8 outdoors. I'm a 400 hurdler. I don't think it's out of the question. It's definitely a possibility. Guy's pushing for it. I know there's a few other people, so it's in the cards, but no decisions have really been made yet.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot for joining us this morning, Scott, and we wish you the best of luck getting healthy, and we'll keep an eye on you, and hopefully we can chat again soon.